Hey everybody. Gosh, I feel like it's been forever since I last came and made a video on here. And that's really the number one reason why I'm here today is because I just have missed connecting with all of you in this way. I've been kind of putting some posts up here and there, but it's so different getting to make a video and connect with people in this way. So we have made it now to 2021, and I know that, it's first of all, it's not a magical doorway necessarily from stepping into a new year. We don't necessarily get to just, snap our fingers and leave last year behind in a very real way, but we do actually get to do that in a symbolic way. And so I think it is a very good time for all of us to be thinking ahead, thinking back on what 2020 meant for us, what we learned, what we gained, what we lost, and using that to fuel our fire, our enthusiasm for moving into this new year in a new way, if you want to. I know there are so many of us who have been deeply affected. Our lives have changed quite a bit in the past year. And I think one of the most incredible things about this whole experience is that it has affected us in the global community, which is quite different. There's a lot of big things that go on in this world, but not very many of them affect the entire world at one time. And so, that has been very meaningful, I think, for all of us in different ways. And I know that so many people have struggled, really struggled during this past year and continue to struggle. And I don't want to, glaze over that and miss the opportunity to really speak to you who are struggling and let you know that you're not alone and that there is so much support for you and so much love for you here. And with that being said, I know that it's been really hard for a lot of people to find the blessings in this past year that we've had and all the things that are still ongoing now. It's not necessarily easy to see the bright side of all of these things, and I get that. However, it is my job, I feel and I believe that it is my job to encourage you to do it anyway, to do your utmost to find the positives and not even just the positives, but notice what has changed for you. Notice how this situation, this experience has brought you closer to yourself, or brought you more of a sense of your value system. And just notice, that's all I really ask. Because it's important through all of our lives. It's not just this year, but through our entire lives. We all have struggles and they're very different across the board, just as this situation has affected people in so many different ways. But the most valuable thing we can do through our struggles, no matter what they are, is to find meaning, to find a purpose in them, to find something that we can learn and then use to nourish our future. So I want to strongly encourage you all to keep doing that, and don't just, I think there's this desire to set 2020 on fire and run away. But we can't, it's not far enough away yet that we can just forget about it and move on. There's so much of it that is still present for us. And so the sooner we, set the intention to find what is meaningful and take it with us into creating our future, the sooner we will be able to move, because that's the thing. It's like you can't move on, you can't move forward until you're willing to let go of whatever is keeping you stuck. And if you're swirling in the madness and the misery and the sorrow that this year has brought up for you or for so many others, then you won't be able to move out of it, to move on from it. So, when you're ready to let it go, then you get to choose how you move forward and how you allow this to shape who you become. I know that I have been changing a lot over the past year, and some of you may have even seen some changes in me, at least in the way that I show up online. And for those of you who know me personally, you certainly may have seen some new growth in me as well. And I am seeing some really great evolutions for us on our horizon. And I'm the one who holds out hope for all the good things that are coming for us in the future, no matter how ugly it is now or matter how ugly it is and has been. I truly believe that good things are coming for us, but we must keep our eye on them. We must contribute to our pool full of desires in order to bring them towards us. So I am here, as always, to bring you my insights, to bring you what I have learned from my experiences, and to share whatever practical tools that I can to help you move forward too. And I just always want to be encouraging that growth and that movement forward. So certainly leading by example, and just, I've been spending a lot more time taking good care of myself and doing that in a new way too. Taking care of myself before was, there was something about like being afraid of not being well or trying to get better when I was not well. And, kind of like walking this line, teetering on the edge of how to stay well. And I realized, in this past year in particular, and even more recently, that there is something so important, so much more important than taking care of ourselves than just not getting sick or not getting hurt or not overdoing it. We really are here to enjoy our lives, to enjoy this world that we're living in. And even in the darkest of days, there are things that we can be grateful for, and there are things that we can find small pleasures in. And the more time I have spent in really digging into what brings me joy and what brings me pleasure and what makes me feel most alive, the more happy and healthy I've become, and the more growth and change I have seen around me too. So I'm doing a lot of deep dives around that right now, and I'm creating so many things that I want to be bringing forward to share with you all, and supporting you in your own, your personal growth and development and healing journey, but also in your work. I'm so passionate right now about helping people find their purpose and helping them create work in this world that is really a true connection to service and making the world a better place, and devoting devoting our lives to being happy and healthy and fulfilled. Because service isn't just about making other people happy or fixing other people's problems or all of those things that we think of when we think of service. It's also about serving ourselves, serving our soul, serving our purpose. And that means using our gifts, uncovering the amazing gifts that we have come here with, each of us, from before we were born to all the things that we've developed throughout our lives, and knowing how to put them into action and utilizing them to make the world a better place. So I'm so excited to be here to be sharing so many amazing things with all of you. And I'm going to close this now because it's already a long one, but I really did just want to come and check in and say hello and let you know that I'm always thinking of all of you and wishing you the best. And I'm here would love to hear how you've been doing, and and what were the hardest parts of this past year for you? What was the meaning you found in it? What did you learn about yourself, about your values, about your family? I would just love to hear all these things. So if you want to drop a comment below or send me a message anytime you can, because this is the stuff that really matters to me, and I believe it's the most important thing about our lives is making meaning and then communicating about it and having a sense of community with others around these things. So much love to you all. Please take good care of yourselves, and I will be back to chat with you soon.